this video, we're going to look at how to register for MyLab MIS and your eTextbook. This is the textbook that you use for this course, and it is required. So there's a few things we're going to need before we get started. The first is you're going to need your Western UWO.ca email address. It is important that you sign up using this email address so you can earn participation for the activities you complete on MyLab MIS. Second thing you're going to need is some way to pay for the eTextbook. That can be a credit card, PayPal, or you can purchase an access code from the bookstore. So once you're on our OWL course site, click on Course Content and click on Obtaining the eTextbook. This will load a page here. On your version, you should also get this video popping up here, and it'll give you the steps to register for the eTextbook. It's fairly straightforward, but you can also follow along with this video. So the first step is going to be clicking on this link that takes us to the Pearson MyLab MIS website. Now, if you already have a Pearson account, you could just sign in. If not, like most of you, you can create a new account. So you click Create an Account. So here it's important to put in your actual Western email address. This allows me to track the activities you do on MyLab MIS and give you participation points for completing the assigned activities. So for example, if our email was jblogs5@uwo.ca, we would input it here and then confirm it down here. Your username, I recommend just keeping this the same as your email. That makes it easiest to track you. So make sure it's the same as email. And then you would choose some password. This doesn't have to be the same password as your Western account. It could be any password you want. Just make sure that it meets the password requirements listed here. Then put your real first name. For example, if you're named Joe, you'd put Joe there. If your last name is Blogs, you put Blogs here. Make sure that's your real first name and last name so you can get credit for participation. Country, Canada. Role, student. And you would put your date of birth as it's formatted here. Make sure you agree to the terms of use and hit Create Account. So after you're signed in, you should get this page with some different options and how you can register for the textbook. Make sure that when you look up here under your course, it does say the correct section, which is CS1032B, Section 650, Winter 2024, and that the course ID is Servos 59543, and it says taught by Daniel Servos, and course ends May 31, 2024. That's not when the actual course ends, that's when access to the textbook ends. If for some reason you don't get this page and it asks you for the course code would be this here, Servos 59543. This code can also be found in our course syllabus, as well as on this page here about registering for the textbook. You also may need that code if you have to talk to Pearson support if you're having any issues. So we have three ways to access or pay for the textbook. The first one is an access code. This is if you bought a textbook code through the bookstore physically at the Western bookstore or online through the bookstore website. You'd use that to register for the textbook. If you'd like to pay with credit card right now or PayPal, you can click this button and it'll process that payment online. So if you have a credit card, you can go this way for about $80. If you don't have a credit card and you want to pay in cash or something like that, you could go to the bookstore and obtain an access code this way. If you're not sure if you're continuing on this course, maybe it'll drop, maybe you just don't have funding for the textbook yet, you can get temporary access by clicking temporary access without payment for 14 days. This is in case, for example, if you have financial aid that's coming a bit later, you can do this, or if you're not sure if you're going to stay with the course. But after those 14 days, you would need to purchase the textbook. So let's pretend that we are using an access code. So you would type in the access code ID that came with your purchase. It would either be on the receipt or something that the bookstore gives you. You type this in and click Finish. Once we've completed all these steps, you'll then be able to access the textbook. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay, after we've put in a code or paid for the textbook, we'll get a page that looks like this saying that you're registered, as well as your account information. You may want to write this down just so you don't forget what your username is, what email you use to log in, and all of that. Then, once you're ready, you can click Go to My Courses. Once you're logged in, after you've registered for the course, you'll be presented with a dashboard that looks like this. That'll list at least one course here. If you're using other Pearson products, you might see other ones, but the one we're interested in is this CS1032B, Section 650, Winter 2024. To get to the course website, you simply click on that, and it should bring you there. I have another video that goes over how to use this site, but if you want to get right to the eTextbook, you just click Pearson eText, and then click the button. And it will open up the eTextbook. Once again, if you want to be familiar with all the tools, how to do assignments and activities on this site, please see my other video about using Pearson MyLab MIS. If you have any issues with registering, please reach out to Pearson support and they'll help guide you through the process. Thank you for watching and have a great day.